Have you ever felt like there's something more behind the reality they teach us? Something hidden, forgotten, almost like a secret buried in the shadows of time? And what if I told you there's a key, a dormant force within you, capable of transforming every aspect of your existence? Yet most people unknowingly waste it. Celibacy, a word that carries a deep mystery, often misunderstood, distorted, or even ridiculed. But those who dared to walk this path discovered something few could ever imagine. They understood that this practice isn't about repression. It's not about denial. It's about transmutation, power, action. Since ancient times, spiritual traditions, great masters, and even secret societies have known this principle. But why has this knowledge been hidden for centuries? What is so powerful about retaining vital energy that this truth has been kept from the majority? The answer might be right before your eyes, but only those who are truly awake can see it. So what really happens when you preserve your energy? Imagine a reservoir of pure energy within you, an inner fire that, if directed properly, can grant you more mental clarity, greater personal magnetism, stronger willpower, and a deep connection to dimensions beyond ordinary understanding. This is not an empty theory. It's a practice the ancient masters, alchemists, and sages used to achieve extraordinary levels of power and fulfillment. Sexual energy is the most powerful creative force in the universe. It gives rise to life, drives civilizations, and shapes destinies. But what happens when this energy isn't spent impulsively? What happens when, instead of being dissipated, it is transmuted, channeled, and used as a portal to something greater? Here's what no one tells you. When you retain this energy, your body starts to operate on a different level. Your mind becomes sharper, your presence more intense. Your attraction power amplifies. You feel a surge of vitality. You notice changes in your posture, your voice, your confidence. But that's just the beginning. The true effect happens within. Your level of perception shifts. What once seemed ordinary becomes clear. The veils of illusion begin to fall. You realize how society was built to keep you distracted, consuming, losing focus, weakened. But now you hold the choice to change it all. The final portal, the ultimate transformation. If you persist on this path, you'll reach a point where you are no longer the same human who began the journey. When vital energy is transmuted to its fullest, it awakens something that has slept within you your entire life. What the yogis call kundalini, the Taoists call the inner dragon, the alchemists call sacred fire. This is the true rebirth. When that force fully awakens, your entire being is transformed. Your body, your mind, your consciousness all rise to a new state. And then comes the question that defines those who are ready for this level. Are you ready to open this portal? Because once it happens, there's no going back. The final challenge. Choose your destiny. Now you know. Now you carry a knowledge that most will never even suspect exists. But what will you do with it? You can ignore it. Go back to the world of distractions. Pretend these words didn't stir something inside you. You can continue living as before, following the current they taught you to follow. Or you can accept the call. You can apply this knowledge. Test this power. Feel the transformation for yourself. But remember, this path is not for the weak. It requires discipline, courage, and above all, the will to become more than what they told you you were. The choice, as always, is yours. But know this, once awakened, you can never go back to sleep. Beyond human limits, the secret of the immortals. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you refused to stop. Something inside you knows there is more. That reality isn't just what they've told us. You feel there's a hidden path, one walked only by those who dare to challenge the limits of the ordinary. But now that you understand the power of energy retention and transmutation, one question remains. What happens when you cross the final threshold? What lies beyond? If there's a secret that has been kept for millennia, it is this. There are beings who learned to manipulate this energy to the point of transcending the limitations of body and mind. Ancient texts speak of them. The Taoists called them Shan, the immortals. The yogis knew them as Mdas, those who had accessed powers beyond understanding. In the West, they were known as the enlightened ones, the ascended masters, the children of light. And they all had one thing in common: total mastery over their vital energy. But how can someone reach this level? How is it possible to transform a mortal body into something close to the divine? You're about to discover the ascension process, what few dare to undertake. Most people never move past the first level. They try to retain their energy, but without knowledge or discipline, they eventually give in to the cycle that keeps them trapped. But those who ascend to higher levels begin to notice profound changes. 1. The body regenerates. The first transformation happens on the physical level. When vital energy is preserved and properly transmuted, the body begins an accelerated process of healing and rejuvenation. Ancient Taoists claimed that the elixir of immortality was not external, but the result of refined internal energy. Modern studies already suggest that retention and hormonal balance are linked to regenerative processes that slow aging and boost vitality. The masters knew this for thousands of years. 2. The mind expands. As this energy rises within the body, it starts to affect the mind directly. Thoughts become clearer, intuition sharper, hidden patterns of reality begin to reveal themselves. Many people report deep experiences here. Lucid dreams, extrasensory perception, moments of profound connection with something greater. But this is just the beginning. 3. Transmutation through purpose. Nothing is more powerful than directing your energy toward something greater. If you simply retain your energy without a purpose, sooner or later you will fall. But if you channel it into the building of something grand, a project, a life mission, a deep learning, then that energy will become fuel for achievement. Ask yourself, what is your mission? Why are you here? What are you building? The world is full of distractions, but the great achievers are those who channel their energy to create, transform, and leave a legacy. You will be one of them, the path of the immortals. What happens when you cross the limit? You already feel it, don't you? Something inside you has changed. Once this knowledge is revealed, it cannot be forgotten. You may try to ignore it, but it will continue to echo in your mind, whispering between the lines of your thoughts, reminding you that something greater is waiting for you. But this journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. What happens when someone goes deep into mastering this energy? What are the limits of this practice? And more importantly, is there really a limit? Ancient records speak of men and women who reached such high levels of power that they seemed to transcend the common laws of existence. Warriors who felt no pain, monks who went years without eating or sleeping, sages who predicted events before they happened. Were these just myths? Or is there something behind these stories? If there is a secret humanity has forgotten, it is here, the lost code, the forbidden wisdom. If you study ancient civilizations, you'll notice a pattern. In almost all spiritual traditions, the retention of vital energy was taught as one of the most important principles. In ancient China, Taoist masters practiced internal alchemy, using this energy to strengthen their bodies and extend their lives. In Egypt, priests went through purification rituals where preserving sexual energy was seen as a requirement for accessing deeper mysteries. In India, yogis developed techniques to turn that energy into pure spiritual power, activating hidden centers within the body. And then, that knowledge disappeared, or rather, it was hidden. Have you never wondered why none of this is taught in schools? Why modern science ridicules the subject? Why society does everything to make you waste your vital energy all the time? The answer is simple. A human being who masters their energy cannot be controlled. Imagine a world where people weren't slaves to their impulses, where each person had the power to create their own reality, where no one could be easily manipulated by fleeting pleasures and empty distractions. Now understand, this world once existed, but it was erased from history. The few who still guard this knowledge are those who have learned to read between the lines, to decode the hidden symbols, to connect the dots. You've already started to see these connections. So keep going, because we're about to go even deeper. The hidden challenges. Who benefits from keeping you trapped? From the moment you decide to retain your energy, something curious happens. Temptation increases. Distractions become stronger. Your mind will try to convince you that it's okay to go back, that this path is too hard, that it's not worth the effort. But stop and think. Why does this happen? Why is it so hard to stick to this decision? The answer may be disturbing. There is a game being played, an invisible game that few are aware of. The world around you was designed to keep you trapped, to distract you, to weaken you. It's no coincidence that everything around you stimulates instant gratification. It's no coincidence that the idea of controlling your own energy is ridiculed or ignored. Distracted people are easy to manipulate. People who don't master their own energy become slaves to their impulses. But those who awaken, those who understand this secret and begin to apply it, become dangerous to the system. 3. Transmutation through purpose. Nothing is more powerful than directing your energy towards something greater. If you simply retain your energy without a purpose, sooner or later you will fall. But if you channel it into building something grand, whether it's a project, a life mission, or a deep learning, then this energy will transform into fuel for accomplishment. Ask yourself, what is your mission? Why are you here? What are you building? The world is full of distractions, but the great achievers are those who channel their energy to create, transform, and leave a legacy. Will you be one of them? The path of the immortals. What happens when you surpass the limit? You already feel it, don't you? Something inside you has changed. Once this knowledge has been revealed, it cannot be forgotten. You can try to ignore it, but it will continue to echo within your mind, whispering between the lines of your thinking, reminding you that there is something greater waiting for you. But this journey doesn't end here. It is just beginning. What happens when someone delves completely into mastering this energy? What are the limits of this practice? And more importantly, is there really a limit? Ancient records speak of men and women who reached levels of power so high that they seemed to transcend the common laws of existence. Warriors who felt no pain, monks who remained years without eating or sleeping, sages who predicted events before they happened. Could these be just myths? Or is there something behind these stories? If there is a secret that humanity has forgotten, it is here, the lost code, the forbidden wisdom. If you study ancient civilizations, you will notice a pattern. In virtually all spiritual traditions, the retention of vital energy was taught as one of the most important principles. In ancient China, Taoist masters practiced internal alchemy, using this energy to strengthen their bodies and extend their lives. In Egypt, priests underwent purification rituals where the preservation of sexual energy was seen as a prerequisite to access the deepest mysteries. In India, yogis developed techniques to transform this energy into pure spiritual power, activating the hidden centers within the body. And then, this knowledge disappeared, or rather, was hidden. Have you never wondered why none of this is taught in schools? Why modern science ridicules this subject? Why society does everything to make you spend your vital energy all the time? The answer is simple. A human being who masters their energy cannot be controlled. Imagine a world where people were not slaves to their impulses, where everyone had the power to create their own reality, where no one was easily manipulated by fleeting pleasures and empty distractions. Now understand, this world already existed, but it was erased from history. The few who still hold this knowledge are those who have learned to read between the lines, to decipher the hidden symbols, to connect the dots. You have already started to see these connections. If so, continue, because we are about to go even deeper. The hidden challenges. Who benefits from you remaining trapped? From the moment you decide to retain your energy, something curious happens. Temptation increases. Distractions become stronger. Your mind will try to convince you that there is no problem in going back, that this path is too difficult, that it's not worth it. Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest artists and inventors, also followed this path. Buddha, who transcended the cycles of human suffering, found in the sublimation of this energy one of the secrets to his enlightenment. They knew, and now you know too. But knowledge by itself changes nothing. What changes is what you do with it. You can choose to ignore this and continue going with the flow of the world, or you can try this practice and see for yourself what happens. The secret path. What happens when you choose to awaken? By now, you may feel something different. Maybe a restlessness, a curiosity, or even a deep intuition that this truth was always in front of you. But for some reason, it was ignored. But now that this door has been opened, you can't just close it and pretend nothing was said. Celibacy is not just a temporary decision. It's an inner ritual, a process of transformation that echoes into every area of your life. When you consciously choose to retain your vital energy, something begins to shift. Your body responds, your mind expands, your soul awakens. But what truly happens when you take that step? What happens when you break the cycle and start walking through unknown territory? As we come to the end of this revealing expedition, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for staying with us until now. Your dedication and curiosity are the fuel that drives us to explore, demystify, and share these fascinating stories. I want to share something special with you. As a fan of the Higher Self channel, you're about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental training. I present to you the Higher Self Map, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and the guide behind the Higher Self channel, I'm sharing with you my deepest experiences and most valuable lessons. Each chapter of this ebook reflects my own journey, full of practical teachings I've lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-knowledge and positivity today. Imagine yourself, for a moment, as one of the ancient explorers venturing into unknown lands, guided only by the flame of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. Each piece of information, each symbol deciphered, is like a map that leads us deeper into the maze of the unknown. And just like those explorers, you too are now a little closer to the truth, carrying with you a new understanding of the forces shaping our world. Your presence up to this point is not just a personal achievement, but a valuable contribution to a vibrant community of curious and passionate seekers of knowledge. Every view, every comment, every like is a step we take together toward a deeper, collective understanding. You are not just a viewer, you are a partner in this journey of discovery. So as we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on today's revelations and prepare for the next steps. Let's keep uncovering secrets, questioning established truths, and exploring the mysteries around us. Your participation is essential, not only for the growth of this channel, but for the expansion of our horizon of understanding. Until the next discovery. And remember, true power lies in questioning and understanding what lies beyond the visible. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've selected especially for you. They're filled with deep insights and fascinating discoveries you'll love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and search for wisdom through the incredible content our channel has to offer.